Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing on this gloomy, rainy, pouring down afternoon? This is the backyard, but this back here you can never really see it that good. But I'll tell you, I forgot it was going to rain today, as usual, y'all. But I could hear it. Yeah, there you go. And it's raining all the way up on the porch, because this is where I'm standing. I don't know how well you can see it, as usual. It sounds like a broken record. But I'm seeing it. Ah, la, la, la. Got mail, y'all. Junk mail, of course. What else? I don't get too long getting up, y'all. So y'all sort of excuse me. I got some chicken in the oven. Well, some chicken that I had put in the freezer, and I took it out and put it in the oven because I don't want to cook. Food is already done. And so that's what I'm doing. I ain't up to no good today. Such a gloomy day. I mean, what do you do when it rains? You play games and you watch YouTube videos, TikTok videos. You do all of the above, y'all. Ooh, that looks good. I'm hungry too. Oh my. Boy, they're cooking up. They had like a, what do you call it, smorgasbord. You know, like you go to the, I don't know if y'all had a hometown buffet where you are, but it's like, smorgasbord. You got choices and you wait on yourself and stuff. That's what that looks like on the television. So how's it going, team? Is the AAG team, is it wet where you are? How's your day going? Mine is going so good. I mean, so far so good. I had just washed my dishes. I had leftover dishes and I washed them. Let me see what's happening with this oven. I had put that chicken in there. I got some carrots in there. Let me see now. Let's see. There she is, y'all. There she is. It's a piece of chicken. I guess it's more than... Look at that. Ooh, that juice. I'm trying to think. Maybe I should cook something. Now, that's supposed to be a potato. But you know how potatoes do after you freeze them. They don't do so well after you freeze them now. Once you put the potatoes... I might just take that chicken and make me some more potato salad. Depends on how the potatoes and the carrots taste. If the potatoes and the carrots are not too watery tasting, then I'll eat it like that. Otherwise, I'll just take the chicken and make a chicken salad. I love chicken salad anyway. Give me some crackers, I'm good to go. Or either get me like a croissant. I don't think I have any more croissants. I think I ate them all. And so, did you see this? Look at that. What? Oh my God, look at that. I wonder if that's where I had my cataract surgery. You know that when you have cataract surgery, they put lenses in your eye. And I wonder. See that? Oh my God. It's Halloween, y'all. Boo. What y'all doing for Halloween? Anything special? I don't celebrate Halloween. I never did. Well, I did sort of, like at first when my children were small, I would take them trick-or-treating. And then so many things started to happening. They started putting razor blades in apples and candy, and they was doing so many crazy things. It was as if they had some hatred towards children. And so, and then after a while, the daddies started going trick-or-treating with the kids. Sometimes, in some cases, it was a daddy and the mama that started going trick-or-treating with the kids. And so, let me turn this light on. Maybe that'll help that. They're still shining. Ooh. But anyway, back in the day, there were so many children that was getting I don't know, even poison, I think. I said, now, why would they do that to children? It doesn't make any sense. You know, the only thing the children is doing, going out having fun, trick-or-treating from door to door and stuff like that. But then, you know, you got the meanies. There's some people that are just plain old mean, and there's no other explanation for it. You know, even though they might not have been brought up that way, you know, the parents could be sweet and everything like that, but the children sometimes, you know, sometimes they grow up to be mean adults. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, and so, you know, and it's taken away from the children. You only stay child for what, 18 years? Well, not even really 18 years, because once you get to be a teenager, they swerve them down. They're grown now, and they know everything. Teenagers know everything. Believe me. Trust me on this one. I know. I had 5 teenagers, and they know it all. Believe me. They started telling you like you don't know what time it is. But those are the days. Those are stages you go through when you have children. But when the little children are, you know, when they get dressed up with their little school, their little costume, their little bunny rabbit or the fairy or princess or whatever they decide to put on, why there got to be somebody out there who tries to spoil it. And so I think now they have the trick-or-treating at a certain time. You know, I think it ends like is it 5:30? I know they have it in this, you know, when they at school they can wear their little costume at school, and then they can walk around like the block, you know, with their little costumes on and stuff, and they have their little basket or whatever. You know, I'm not saying for the teenagers. Teenagers, they should not be out there trick-or-treating, but sometimes they do. I remember when I was a teenager, I was out there trick-or-treating too. You know, like I'm from the South. I ain't had no trick-or-treating down home. I was living in like a rural area. You know, like a cornfield on one side, tobacco field in the front, and maybe there was a cotton field on this side. You know, we were surrounded by farmland because that's where we live. And that's where, you know, we had to start working at a very young age and stuff like that. And I used to do what they call handing tobacco. And, you know, like when I think I started handing tobacco at the age of 5 or 6 or something like that. I can hand tobacco just like a grown person because a hand tobacco is merely bunching up, you know, just like those collard greens I showed you. You bunch them up, the leaves of the tobacco in, you know, together, and then you hand it to the looper. My mother she was a looper. And then after a while, after I got a little bit older, I was a looper for one day. I loved it. Thought I was grown because I was looping tobacco. And some of the tobacco fell off the stick, of course, but the man didn't have nobody else to loop. So, you know, I went to be a looper. And like I said, we used to do, I put in that tobacco, and we lived in, there was corn, there was cornfield. And one time we had a potato farm, and another time, way back when I was really small. Excuse me, y'all, I've been coughing for the last few days. But anyway, we lived on a peanut farm. Now, the peanut farm, you had to take I think you plowed it up, you know, like you would potatoes. The plow, and then, you know, the potatoes would come up from the earth. And the peanuts, I don't know if they pulled them up or they had a plow. I think they had a plow to all them peanuts. And then the peanuts they would stack them up like really high in like a pyramid type shape, you know, so they could dry out. We ate so many peanuts, we didn't know what to do. Peanut farm. You know, because at one time, you know, in my childhood, my dad and my mom was doing kind of, you know, bad. And so, you know, we didn't have anything to eat. So we was eating some peanuts. And they was, you know, I love peanuts right today, though. I tell you the truth, I love them, but I just can't eat them because, you know, my teeth. And the peanut farm. And then we lived on a sweet potato farm. And we couldn't we couldn't eat the sweet potatoes, and we couldn't get the sweet potatoes. We just had to. My mother was like a grater. They have this. I don't know if it's a board, but it had round circles in it, and the sweet potatoes would be grated by size. You know, they had a big circle. If that sweet potato would go through there, that sweet potato would be grated over there. You know, like that. And a smaller sweet potato, you put the sweet potato through there, and then, you know, that would happen like that. And then we had people coming from all over, you know, like sometimes the people would come from in town to help work on the farm so they could make some extra money. You know, as I think about that, we were some hard working people. I was working at the age of 5. I was 5 or 6 because I was babysitting for a little girl. She was like a newborn baby. She wasn't walking or anything. Had me babysitting, and I was just like 5 years old. They left me in the house, me and the baby. They was out in the field. I went to babysit. Now they were, I'm going to babysit. And I ain't nothing but a baby myself. I don't remember having to change no diapers or anything. The baby just, you know, laid there on the bed. And I was just there, scared to death. I remember being real scared. And the people that I was babysitting for, they had adopted this child. And the people that I was babysitting for, you know, they was out there in the field doing whatever. I haven't got the faintest idea what they were doing. But she had a cow. I was inside the house. And the cow was out in the pasture, you know, like long ways from the house, but I could see him. And I was terrified of this cow that, you know, was out there and thinking that he was going to come get me. And then, you know, it's strange how children think. You know, if a child tells you they're having a nightmare, I think you need to sit there and listen to that child. And anyway, and they had a collie, a dog. His name was Sport. I will never forget that dog. I called the dog Sport. Sorry about that, y'all. Happened before when I was up. Am I recording? Yeah, I think I am. Oh, happened again. You think I should get me a test? I don't have no temperature or nothing. I've just started sneezing. All of a sudden, I'm sneezing like crazy. But anyway, they had a dog named Sport. He was like a collie. I mean, beautiful dog. White and brown. And he was a big collie. Is a collie really that big? Seemed like to me he was huge. You know, because I'm a little short, fat little girl. And to me, this dog was humongous. I was scared of the dog. And I can tell you something else that happened to me when, but I don't know if it's appropriate to tell it while I'm on here, you know, because I don't know who's watching my videos and, you know, but it might be a good thing for some people to hear. Maybe the children will tell what happened because I didn't tell what happened to me. You know, sometimes you just don't tell it. You just keep it. It's a secret or something. I don't know. I wasn't, you know, molested or anything, but the attempt was there. The attempt was there. And, you know, the showing, you know what I mean? And he was like a teenager, but he was also adopted. As a matter of fact, later in life, he had gotten killed. I think we had came up north by this time when we heard that he had gotten killed. Yeah. But anyway, don't let me put no damper on your day, y'all. Even though I got a damper on mine, we're going to go out here and check out this rain one more time. And then we're going to eat our lunch. Here you go, y'all. You can tell when I open the door, right? Pouring down. And according to the mailman, the weatherman, it's going to be like this on and off, I guess, all day. But As long as it ain't thunder.